Every Thursday afternoon, you can find deals and unique items right here in town at the Border City Farmers Market. Arian Tidswell went down to speak with some of the vendors.
The halls of the Service Sports Center had not filled yet early in the day, but there was no shortage of interesting items to look at.
Well, my company is The Booch. We've been doing it for just about 5 years. I make kombucha. Kombucha is a fermented tea. It's super healthy, full of probiotics, and good for your stomach.
I bring my products to the farmers market from our farm. It's nice to get out to the people, and everybody likes to shop local. And my products are made just south of Marshall, and they are delicious, and people love them.
We really like to help people, and this is our way of doing it. Coming down to the market here is the best way to sell things. You always got new people coming in, there's hockey players, parents, are always quite interested in what we've got to sell.
The passion put into every item is easy to see or taste, from honey to woodworking. For Primetime Local News, I'm Ian Tidswell.
Growers in Lloydminster saw their hard work pay off with this year's Grow Row initiative as gardening season now wraps up. This was the second year for the Lloydminster Home Hardware Grow a Row initiative. It was another successful one, raising a lot of food for the olive tree. I'm joined with Laura Witch from the Lloydminster Home Hardware to talk all about the results of the initiative. But first, Laura, can you take us through a little bit about how Grow a Row works?
Grow a Row is an initiative we started here at Home Hardware, and we are encouraging local growers and gardeners to donate their extra produce to organizations like the Olive Tree, where they can use it for their food hampers, their seniors meals, and all these different community events and hampers. And it really gets that fresh produce that they need, both for themselves to use, and it also offsets their grocery bills quite a bit.
And so, like I was saying earlier, it was another successful year. How much food was able to be donated to the Olive Tree this year?
So this year we had just over 8,700 pounds donated, which is awesome. Lots and lots of fresh produce. We heard people donating everything from pumpkins for Thanksgiving pies to potatoes to cucumbers, zucchini, and even apples off their trees was a great one this year.
That's awesome. It's great to see the program doing well. Is this an improvement over the first year of Grow a Row?
Well, we tweaked the design a little bit this year and just made it a little simpler for people to enter, people who maybe not necessarily are on social media all the time. So it was a very simple process this time. When you dropped off your donations, you just entered into the draw. So it was very simplified this year, and it was great. It worked wonderful for the Olive Tree staff as well. Our team loved it.
And can you talk a little bit about the draw?
So we collected ballots all through the growing season. Some people declined to participate. Some people did multiple entries, and that was great too. So we did draw a winner this week, and we'll be contacting them to pick up their gift card. And Home Hardware has sponsored it with a $100 gift card prize.
That's awesome. Doing good also pays back a little bit, so it's great to see someone will be walking away with that prize. Can you talk a little bit about the foods going to the Olive Tree? How do they use that food? What is it going towards?
The Olive Tree has a lot of really great programs. Not only do they do their community meals there in-house every week, they also do food hampers for seniors. They do food boxes that get distributed throughout the community as well. And this year they were also providing lunches for different schools and sending meals home with students as well. So there's tons of great opportunities for all this fresh produce to get used up. And they said they will use up 100% of whatever they get. So it's a great way to, there's always extra, no matter what you're growing, there's usually extras of something. And it's a great way to donate that surplus and make sure it's not going to waste.
Exactly, and it's great to see that the Olive Tree are able to support a lot of different initiatives and help a lot of people locally through this Grow a Row initiative.
100%, they're doing really awesome work over there.
Home Hardware has really kind of taken Grow a Row and helped push it along. What does it mean to you, second year? What does it feel like to be able to help, with the support of the community, help support other people here in the community?
Oh, it's fantastic. Supporting the community is just integral to the values that we have here at the store. So it's a really awesome opportunity for not only our customers as well as other local gardeners to support this organization.
And can I assume that Grow a Row or something similar to Grow a Row will be returning next year?
Absolutely. We certainly are always looking for ways to partner with different community members.
All right, Laura, it's been great talking with you. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we leave today?
We have our 6 Sundays of Christmas opening up starting November 13th. We'll be open for a few Sundays. We have our Come Home for Christmas event starting, as well as Scratch and Save on the 13th. So there's going to be lots of awesome Christmas fun and different things going on in store. And we hope everyone has a chance to partake in some Christmas cheer with us.
That's great. You know, we're starting, those leaves are now falling. Temperatures are getting a little colder. Christmas is just going to be around the corner. Thanks for talking with us today, Laura.
Thank you so much.
We saw a little bit of a warmer day here in the border city compared to earlier on this week. With more on weather, let's check in with Adil Ahmed.
Thank you very much, Jace. Yes, we're seeing a bit of a warmer week this week. Earlier on this week it was super windy outside here in the border city. But so looking at the temperatures right now here in the border city, starting off here in Lloydminster, sitting at 15 degrees right now as a high. We're seeing some clouds in sight, but mostly it's pretty sunny out here as the winds aren't hitting too bad here at 13 kilometers per hour. Now, if we take a look at our temperatures here in the central region, looking at Edmonton sitting at 20 degrees right now, and then going further out west, Edson sitting at 22, and then followed by Rocky Mountain House and Red Deer, both in that 20-degree range as well. Now, if we take a look at our Saskatchewan side, we're seeing a bit of a cooler side on the Saskatchewan side for the most part as opposed to Alberta. Meadow Lake, Prince Albert sitting around 12 and 11 degrees respectively, while Saskatoon's sitting at 13. Melfort sitting at 9 right now. A lot more cooler than the rest there in Saskatchewan. Now taking a look at our overnight temperatures in North Battleford. Overnight we're going to be seeing a low of -1 there, so definitely want to stay chilly and just stay warm for the most part. And then waking up into tomorrow in North Battleford, if the screen changes here, there we go. North Battleford is going to be sitting at a high of 15, so a bit of a warmer side in North Battleford. Winds are going to be hitting in the southwest side. They're at 9 kilometers per hour. And then overnight in Cold Lake, we're going to be seeing a low of 1 degrees there. And then waking up into tomorrow in Cold Lake, a bit of a different story there. It's going to be 13 degrees there, but we will see some showers throughout the day and then some sunshines as well throughout most of the day there in Cold Lake. So definitely want to bundle up while you can for the most part. And then heading into our forecast here tonight in the border city, sitting at 3 degrees as an overnight low. And then waking up into tomorrow, we're going to see some scattered showers as well with a high of 16 degrees. Sunshine's going to be in there in sight as well, but the winds are going to pick up pretty quickly here at 26 kilometers per hour. And then wrapping up with our weather here, looking at the 3-day forecast here in the border city. Friday, we're going to be seeing a high of 16 degrees with some precipitations in sight there. And then followed by the weekend, going to be seeing a cool breeze as Saturday is going to be hitting a high of 6 degrees. And then going into Sunday, going to be seeing a high of 11 with both days having some clouds in sight. That is all our weather for now. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Well, as we head into the world of sports, it's a big week in Saskatchewan as the province is celebrating Sport Week in schools. Saskatchewan School Sport Week goes on from October 11th to the 14th and is a way for schools to celebrate not only having kids being involved in sports, but also to encourage those who have not been a part of athletics to join as well.
All the participation our kids do, the engagement that they have, the sense of belonging that they have to their building, the relationships they build. Not only here in school, but this weekend when we have our tournament, they're going to see a bunch of buddies that they know from around the province. And eventually, you know what, they're going to be playing on teams with those buddies. And it's a lifelong thing. Sport impacts you lifelong.
Now, in addition, the Barons boys volleyball team are hosting a 2-day home tournament from October 14th until the 15th. And we wish them the best of luck with that tournament. It's now time for us to check in once again with Adil Ahmed, who has another extended look at our evening weather forecast.
Thank you very much, JCS. Taking a look at our extended weather forecast this evening. We're going to start off on the Alberta side first off, starting off nearby here in Vermilion, sitting at 18 degrees right now. And if you go out further west, Edmonton's sitting at 20, hitting that double-digit range in the 20-degree range. So nice to see that there. And then going up top, we're seeing kind of a trend there. 16 degrees in Bonnyville, St. Paul, and Marwayne right there. So things are looking quite warm on the Alberta side. And then if we go over to the Saskatchewan side, St. Walburg, Meadow Lake, around 15 and 12 degrees respectively. And then going further up north, Isle Cross is looking very cool there at 9 degrees. So overall, the Saskatchewan side is seeing a bit of a cooler temperature as opposed to the Alberta side, so things are looking quite nice overall. Now, if we look at our northern zone temperatures in the Saskatchewan side, a lot more cooler in Uranium City, Stony Rapids, both at 4 degrees, while Wollaston Lake is looking the coldest of all at 3 right now. And then further down, Laloche, Buffalo Narrows, both at 8 degrees. So a little bit warmer as opposed to Stony Rapids and Uranium City. So overall, not too bad. Now, if we look at the Alberta side, whole different story. Grand Prairie, Peace River, both at 23 and 21 degrees there. Feeling like kind of like fall season there, so that's kind of nice. And then looking at Slave Lake, sitting at 17 degrees. And then going up into the northwestern zone of Alberta, high levels sitting at 9 right now. So not too bad overall on the Alberta side. If we go down south, Calgary is sitting at 21 degrees right now. And then if you go down south in Alberta, Lethbridge is sitting at 23 degrees there. So again, fall kind of weather, summer type weather. So things are looking quite nice in Alberta as a whole. And if we switch over to the Saskatchewan side, again, seeing more of a cooler temperature for the most part in Saskatchewan as a whole, as we look at Swift Current and Moose Jaw, both sitting around 14 and 13 degrees respectively. And then going further out east in the Saskatchewan side, Yorkton's sitting at 9 right now. So a lot more of a cooler side on the Saskatchewan side as opposed to the Alberta side. It's definitely around this time of the year now where the temperatures are starting to trickle down. So now if we just take a look at our overnight temperatures just around the region, starting off with Meadow Lake and Paradise Hill, both sitting, we're going to be seeing a low of 1 degrees overnight there. And then Isle Cross is going to be hitting that 0 degrees right on the money. And then Provost sitting at 5 degrees as an overnight low, looking the warmest of all between all of those cities there. And then following up as we continue to look on with our overnight forecast, Mirnam and Wainwright both sitting around 5 and 6 degrees overnight as a low. And then Calgary is sitting there at 7 degrees as an overnight low. Pearceland looking much more colder there at 1 degrees. And if we wrap up in the border city, taking a look at our forecast for the next 7 days, Friday we're going to be seeing a chance of some scattered showers at some point throughout the day there at a high of 16, and then going into the weekend sitting at 6 and 11 degrees as a daytime high with some sunshines in sight. And then further on, we're just going to see a upwards trend of temperatures here as Monday and Tuesday both hitting 18 and 20 degrees with some sunshines in sight. And then wrapping up later into the week, we're going to see that temperature kind of trickle right back down as we see Thursday wrap up with a 11 degrees as a daytime high. That is all our weather for now. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
I would like to thank you so much for being here today to talk about the Salvation Army here in Lloydminster. Now, I know that recently there was a fundraiser done by the co-op. How did that fundraiser go?
The amount that was raised was more than any previous time. $3,400 was raised. So that's a great amount to assist us with our work in purchasing food and stuff. This past year, the demand has increased greatly compared to the donations that are coming in. So we have been purchasing a fair amount of food as well. So this helps out with that.
What do fundraisers like the one Co-op just did mean to the organization?
Without these events, we would struggle. It would be a constant struggle for us to meet the demands of the food security piece here in this community. We are seeing large numbers of new people coming to us. Just this past month, we had 46 new families or people come to us.
Can you give an approximate number of people that the Salvation Army here in Lloydminster helps?
So far this year, we have served 6,000 people, over 6. So, and we have one program that we work with the schools. We call it a Kids Kit. Teachers have identified children that may go home on the weekends, that may, for whatever reason, not be eating properly. We do 155 bags of food for kids every week. And that's how we started off. We started off with 147. Right now we're at 155 this year.
Do you think the increase in prices of necessity items has also caused an increase in demand at the Salvation Army here in Lloyd?
The price of food, it's gone up dramatically. And not only has the price of food gone up, but the quantity of food that you're getting in packages has gone down. A lot of products, their food, the amount of food that you're getting in packages has literally gone down compared to what it was. So, not only has the price gone up, but the amount that you're getting has gone down. And the price of everything, and whether it's a result of COVID or it's a result of the sign of the times, prices of everything is going up. With all these increases, when a family goes to the grocery store, they're probably looking at, can I make do with cheaper items? And in order to get enough groceries, they're probably buying things that probably aren't necessarily as healthy as they should be for their families, which is sad.
Has the upcoming holiday season also caused an impact in the increase of demand?
We're basically in full swing preparing for Christmas. Last Christmas we did over 500 hampers. This year, with the fact that we have seen 146 new, and even more than that, since we got that stat, we're probably looking at preparing between 600 and 700 Christmas hampers this year.
How can the community continue to help the Salvation Army here in Lloyd?
If they can, monetary donations would be great. If they want to bring in food donations to our office on 53rd Avenue and 23rd Street, would be great to help us. Right now, the goal that we had planned last year when we did our budget for Christmas was around 65,000 for Christmas kettles and another 140,000 for walk-in donations. But as I've been doing up and counting the cost of what it's actually costing to run this place, and if I had to buy food, I would need over $500,000 to come in this Christmas just to help me meet the demands for the next year. And that's just food. That's not to meet the demands of staffing. That's just food.
Are there any upcoming fundraisers you would like people to know about?
October 27th is Stuff the Cruiser at the Superstore. The RCMP will be there, and we will be there as well with our community response vehicle.
Thank you again so much for being here and talking with me today.
You're quite welcome.